guys, this is SkylerTubeHD here again. Welcome to another top video today. So yes, I hope you guys had a good Halloween. So it was really awesome. If you want, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and such. And my channel's really awesome. One thing that's always set Disney apart from other theme parks has been its use of audio animatronics. It's that extra bit of Disney magic that really brings your theme park experience to the next level. Audio animatronics have been used by the Walt Disney Company since 1961, and to this day are seen all over the Disney parks. But since about 2005, the Disney parks have been looking for ways to enhance the guest experience through animatronics. So in the mid-2000s, they started something called the Disney Living Care Initiative. This initiative by Disney was to bring new levels of guest interactions while bringing characters to life like never before. One early initiative was the introduction of the articulated characters, but not all initiatives were lucky enough to stick around.
Very nice.
A lot of the impression animatronic attractions created by Walt Disney Imagineering, whenever for the Living Care Initiative or 9.5, quietly disappeared from the Disney parks and no longer exist. So today, I am going to be taking a look at the top 5 extinct Disney animatronic attractions. Number 5. Lucky the Dinosaur. 2003 marked the year that Disney debuted its very first free roving audio animatronic Lucky the Dinosaur. Standing at 8 feet tall, this segment or its animatronic character was very lifelike and was the first official character built in response to Disney's Living Character Initiative. He could walk on his own, move, his head blinks, his eye respond to guests, and even sign autographs. He made his first appearance at the National History Museum of Los Angeles on August 28, 2003. A few days later, he made his way over to Disney California Adventure. But since he was still in the prototype testing phase, he returned to Walt Disney Imagineering and didn't make his official Disney park debut until 2005. In a win, in June 2005, Lucky the Dinosaur appeared at Walt Disney World in Dinoland, USA, at Animal Kingdom, along with his handler, Dr. Woodson.
He says he's very pleased to meet you, Cole.
Now you might be wondering why he was pushing the flower cart. Well, I guess you could say the flower cart was pushing him. See, the figure needed to be lightweight so he could walk, but he also needed power to run, so the flower cart was used to conceal the batteries and computers that provided power to Lucky the Dinosaur. After his brief summer stint at Animal Kingdom, he was then moved to celebrate the opening of Hong Kong Disneyland in September of 2005. Now, since he was only a prototype, he wasn't very reliable. It was said that during his time in the parks, he was constantly missing multiple appearances each day because he kept breaking down. So Lucky the Dinosaur goes down in history and joins the other dinosaurs that are now extinct. But he has made a few other appearances outside of the Disney parks. He has now had a new permanent home at Walt Disney Imagineering in Glendale, California. Number 4. Chef Remy. In 2008, also was a part of Disney's Living Character Initiative, Bon Appetit from Chef Remy premiered as an addition to the dining experience at Restaurant Besters in the Walt Disney Studios Park at the Disneyland Paris Resort. Later, in 2009, it would also make its premiere at the Chef de France restaurant in the French Pavilion at Epcot. 60 days a week with 4 appearances a day, a maitre d' with great diners at the restaurants of a rolling gourmet food cart. They lift the lid like they normally do in France from a silver dome cheese platter. When the maitre d' reveals a 6-inch tall animatronic rat, Chef Remy from the animated film Ratatouille then comes to life, entertaining diners with animated movements and quiet little squeeze. It's probably the only rat you'll be okay with seeing in a restaurant. Today, Chef Remy is the smallest audio animatronic created by Walt Disney Imagineering, and it's the only living character initiative animatronic to get 2 separate figures made. It does a very good job at entertaining diners and bringing this small little animated character to life. Now, you might be wondering exactly how this figure works. Well, if you look closely at this video, you can see that the right handle of the silver dome has a small joystick on top of it, and what's a little trigger at the bottom. It's likely that this gives the Major D full control of that figure. Even while this cast member sings, pay attention to our hand gripping in relation to Remy's movement. The animatronic figure was definitely a success and lasted at Epcot for 4 years until it became extinct in October 2013, and for 5 years until June 2014 at Disneyland Paris, with the addition of the new Ratatouille ride coming to the France Pavilion at Epcot. It would be a great opportunity to bring this animatronic back to Epcot at some point in the future. What did he say so? Number 3, push the talking trash can. Although not part of the Disney Living Character Initiative, Push the Talking Trash Can made its official debut in 1995 at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. Created and designed by Daniel Deege, Push was a radio-controlled robot that made daily appearances in Tomorrowland. Now he was an actual trash can. If you push the flap, you can look inside to see a trash bag, but he also moved it around freely and interacted with guests. He was actually quite the character. When interacting with Push, it was really easy to forget that it was being operated by an actual person, and the technology of this figure is actually quite simple. So the figure was controlled by a cast member on stage with a Push who appeared in disguise, and by disguise, we mean wearing normal clothes to blend in as a guest. The cast member had a transmitter hidden in their back and had a microphone in their hand. When they spoke into the microphone, it changed their voice and allowed them to interact with guests nearby. Push became a staple of Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom and was loved by fans. So much so that when Disney announced they would be saying goodbye to Push fans reacted on social media with Facebook groups and hashtags trying to keep this character in the park, according to Daniel Deege. In a New York Daily News article, there was some ambiguity to the verbiage as to what they owned and what I owned being between Disney and Real Simple Ideas. The company that owned Push, when push comes to shove, ultimately, he was canned from Magic Kingdom in February of 2014. Making him extinct. Push the Talking Trash Can sounds like Fandroid the musical robot.
Hello world, it's me, Fandroid, the musical robot.
Most of you guys know Push sounds like Smart One, a interactive robot that will play guessing games with guests.
Smart One, we're Huey, and Louie, nephews of Donald Duck. Yes, smart kid. Let's take a quick spin around Communicore. I think you're going to like the place.
Now, most of you know you guys are big F&Tube HD fans, so you might know Push can sound like Scrappy 600 Bot, the robot from F&Tube HD's The Fix-Its.
That seems like a weird choice. Oh no, I feel so evil. Every fix it for himself.
Number 2, the Luxo Jr. Dancing Lamp. The Pixar Place area at Disney's Hollywood Studios opened in 2008. A small addition was made to the area in June of 2009 when Disney debuted the newest animatronic, which was a 6-foot-tall Pixar Luxo Jr. animatronic lamp. You are able to see this animatronic up close on the wall across from Toy Story Midway Mania, approximately every 15 minutes for a mini show. Luxo was a very impressive figure, but it did face many mechanical issues that caused it to constantly go down. Now, at the time, most Disney audio animatronics ran on pneumatics or hydraulics, but Luxo Jr. was a bit different and was a prototype of a fully electric figure around the time Luxo Jr. appeared at the park in 2009. The Norwegian company Luxo Lamps accused Disney and Pixar of infringing their copyright by using the Luxo name on the limited edition up Blu-ray that came with a mini Luxo figure. Up until this point, Pixar and Disney had never used the Luxo name on their products. The name issue was brought before a judge where documents also mentioned the Luxo Jr. animatronic at Walt Disney World. Luxo Jr. was removed from the park in April of 2010, with Disney saying that it will no longer be formed since it was a test figure with a limited run season where this figure was built, and place it doesn't seem like a location for a limited run type figure. So its removal was possibly more of a case of medical and legal issues, but we'll never know for sure when you visit Pixar, please. The lighting sign over the door and Lux's platform are reminders of the impressive audio animatronic that once performed at Hollywood studios. Also, the Pixar Place pathway is going to become an incredible themed area, and it's been a few months after Toy Story Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios opened this summer 2018, so it's probably would have been lights out anyway, even if he was still around. So we're excited to check out Toy Story Land in December 2018. And number 1, WallE. If you are lucky enough to be in the right place in 2008, you would have experienced a very impressive WallE animatronic based on the title character of the 2000 Disney Pixar film WallE. Was created by Walt Disney Imagineering and was used for promotional events for the film's release, with the plan to eventually transfer to Walt Disney World and Disneyland like the other figures created for the Living Character Initiative. WallE is fully interactive and can roll on its trend feet, tilt his head, move his arms and hands, all while it responded to guests, though animatronic sounds may evacuate to resemble speech. It really brought the character from the animated film to life. The magic of Disney animation meant meet and greet at Hollywood Studios and an area at Disney California Adventure were actually set up to house the planned WallE experience in the summer of 2008. But it was never carried out aside from a cardboard cutout that was used as a placeholder for the WallE figure. It was an extinct animatronic in the parts right from the start, so the figure stands about 3.5 to 4 feet tall and it sets away approximately 700 pounds. Word on the street is that Disney was concerned about the figure's weight and size and became worried that it could easily run over guests' feet, causing harm. So yeah, the animatronic never made it into the park, but it has made brief appearances at the D23 Expo in the past. There's also an account saying that a WallE animatronic figure was actually testing backstage at Walt Disney World in 2008. But surprisingly, kept breaking down, probably a similar situation when WallE broke down at a D23 meet and greet, so along with the character size, the unbelievability was probably, a major factor of why it was never seen in the park. So, which figure would you like to bring back in the Disney future? Make sure you leave a like and a comment down below, and make sure you please subscribe for more fun videos. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.